Have you ever wondered what space smells like? It's a question that sounds like it belongs in a science fiction movie, right? How could a vacuum, the vast emptiness between stars and planets, have any smell at all? Well, get ready for a surprise, because astronauts who have been on spacewalks have a pretty consistent and fascinating answer. It turns out, space does have a distinct aroma, and it's not what you might expect. It's often described as a metallic, hot metal, or even a burnt steak kind of smell. So how is this possible? Smell, as we know it here on Earth, requires particles to travel through the air and into our noses. In the near-perfect vacuum of space, there's no air to carry these particles. So, astronauts aren't smelling space while they're floating outside their spacecraft with their helmets on. That would be impossible and very dangerous. The experience of this unique scent happens after they come back inside. Picture this. An astronaut has just finished a spacewalk, a grueling and awe-inspiring task. They re-enter the airlock, seal the hatch, and repressurize the module. As they take off their helmet and spacesuit, a peculiar odor hits them. This smell isn't coming from the airlock itself, but from the astronauts' suits, helmets, and tools. It's the smell of space, clinging to everything that was exposed to the void. Multiple astronauts have described this scent. Don Pettit, a NASA astronaut who has spent over a year in space, described it as a rather pleasant, sweet-smelling metallic sensation. He said it reminded him of the smell from his welding torch back in his college shop days. Others, like three-time spacewalker Thomas Jones, compared it to ozone, that sharp scent you sometimes get after a lightning storm. The most common descriptions, however, revolve around hot metal. Seared steak, welding fumes, and even a hint of gunpowder or burnt almonds. It's a complex, acrid, and metallic aroma. So, what's causing this cosmic perfume? The leading theory points to a fascinating chemical reaction. The vacuum of space isn't completely empty. It's filled with tiny, fast-moving particles, high-energy vibrations, and cosmic rays. One of the key players in this story are polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAs for short. These are molecules that are drifting all over the universe. You can find them in comets, meteorites, and cosmic dust. In fact, they're abundant and are thought to be some of the building blocks for life. When an astronaut is on a spacewalk, these PAs, along with other particles like atomic oxygen, which is highly reactive, stick to the fabric of their spacesuit and the surfaces of their tools. Once the astronaut brings these materials back into the pressurized, oxygen-rich environment of the space station, a rapid oxidation process occurs. It's like a tiny controlled burn happening at a molecular level. This sudden chemical reaction releases volatile organic compounds, the very things our noses can detect as smells. Let's break that down a bit more. Think about searing a steak on a hot grill. The high heat causes complex chemical reactions in the fats and proteins, creating that delicious smoky aroma. In space, it's not heat from a grill, but the high energy from the vacuum and cosmic radiation that cooks these particles. When they meet oxygen inside the spacecraft, they release their scent, much like the steak releases its aroma when it hits the hot pan. The metal component of the smell likely comes from the reaction with atomic oxygen, which is extremely corrosive and can oxidize metal surfaces it touches. Another contributor to this space scent could be dying stars. When a star reaches the end of its life, it can explode in a supernova, spewing out a massive cloud of dust and gas rich in these polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. So when astronauts smell that burnt metallic odor, they could be sniffing the ancient remnants of a star that died millions of years ago, billions of miles away. It's an incredible thought, isn't it? The scent they're experiencing is literally the smell of the cosmos. Scientists are so intrigued by this phenomenon that they tried to replicate the smell of space here on Earth. They worked with fragrance specialists to analyze the chemical compounds and create a scent that mimics what astronauts describe. The goal isn't just to sell a novelty perfume, although that has happened. The primary reason is for training. By familiarizing astronauts with the smell of space, they can be better prepared for their missions. It helps reduce surprises and makes the alien environment feel a little more familiar. If an unusual smell appears on the space station, they'll be better able to distinguish between the normal smell of space and a potential equipment malfunction, like a dangerous chemical leak. But the smell isn't just limited to the gear coming back from a spacewalk. It has also been reported inside the International Space Station itself. The station is constantly bombarded by cosmic rays and micrometeoroids, and its systems are always interacting with the unique environment of low Earth orbit. These factors can create a background aroma that's a subtle mix of machine oil, sterilized equipment, and that faint, ever-present scent of burnt metal from the vacuum just outside the walls. It's interesting to think that our own galaxy, the Milky Way, might have its own unique scent profile. Astronomers using radio telescopes have detected a chemical called ethyl formate in a dust cloud near the center of our galaxy. On Earth, ethyl formate is the compound that gives raspberries their flavor and smells a bit like rum. So at least in some parts of the universe, space might smell like a cosmic cocktail of rum, raspberries, and burnt steak. It's a wild combination. This whole topic really highlights the incredible sensory experiences that come with space travel. We often focus on the stunning visuals, the view of Earth from above, the infinite blackness dotted with stars. But the experience is multisensory. The feeling of weightlessness, the taste of specially prepared food, the constant hum of life support systems, and yes, even the smell of the universe itself. Each of these details helps us connect on a more human level with the extraordinary journey of astronauts. They are our emissaries to this vast, unknown frontier, and through their eyes and their noses, we get a tiny glimpse into what it's truly like out there. The smell of space is more than just a weird bit of trivia. It's a direct chemical link between us and the cosmos. It's a reminder that even in the vast emptiness, there are processes, reactions, and tangible elements that we can experience. So, the next time you're grilling a steak or smell a welder's torch, take a moment. You might be getting a small terrestrial taste of what it's like to return from a walk amongst the stars. It's the smell of adventure, of exploration, and of the raw, energetic, and surprisingly fragrant universe that surrounds us. Thanks so much for watching and exploring this cosmic mystery with me. If you found this as fascinating as I do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the wonders of our universe. What do you think space smells like? Let me know your theories in the comments below. See you next time.